A Lucid View of History, Volume 7, Marc Antony and Observability. Or, Ask, and ye shall receive.
Hey, welcome to a Lucid View of History. I bet someone has said to you, you're too strategic, or you're too technical, you're too academic. You know, I feel like you're too focused on what's right in front of you. You've heard this, one or all of them. They came in your ears, and now they play on repeat when you look to tackle problems, or improve processes, lead transformation. But are they right? These voices, are they true? Where could they be true? So outside, you're confident. Inside, these questions, they echo. Often, they come to a head when the topics of logging, observability, monitoring, and alerting arise. It's like you're playing poker against that guy again. You know he always opens with the same card. You know these topics always open with the same business case. We want to see our entire customer flow and find problems before our customers experience them. Or it's important we track our infrastructure and measure utilization, latency, and performance. Or even more vaguely, we need a SOC. And as you build the answer, design your solution, other feature requests, they start springing up. Hey, since you can do that, hey, would you mind adding in this other thing? Those questions grow, and a slight increase in the solution seems to satisfy. But then the snowball has begun. 2 years later, your successor hears, hey, you know, that last one couldn't ever fix this. Seems pretty basic. Why don't you put that on your list? Here's some old wisdom. Which of you, desiring to build a tower, does not first sit down and count the cost, whether he has enough to complete it? Otherwise, when he's laid a foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it, they begin to mock him, saying, this man began to build, wasn't able to finish. You've heard that expression, haven't you? Count the cost. It's not just did the tower builder count the cost before getting into that profession. It's the tower builder should count the cost before every tower. Let me show you one example of counting the cost. Every one of those logging, observability, monitoring, alert projects, they start with a use case or a bundle of use cases. Let's call these functional requirements. These functional requirements are fulfilled through the ingestion or integration of specific data features. These data features are elements within an API, components of a user record, system elements. So let's count the cost. What data features are minimally required to fulfill the original requirements? These comprise our base set of integrations. Now, before you say yes to these new ambush questions, hey, can you quickly anticipate those questions and determine, well, what other use cases can be addressed through that same base set of integrations? Now you have a counter proposal. Better, you can anticipate these scope creep ambushes and proactively offer, hey, you know, within the confines of this project, I can also give you these things for free. What's our history mashup? 31 BC, the end of the Roman Republic, the birth of the Roman Empire. It's the Battle of Actium. Now, Julius Caesar was killed in 44 BC. Not exactly the way Shakespeare portrayed it, but certainly he ended up more than mostly dead. This left Marcus Antonius Marc Antony, and Octavian vying for power. Now, Marc Antony, he allied with Egypt. You've heard of Cleopatra and Antony. And the two of them, they went to war with Octavian and his right-hand general, Agrippa. Now, Octavian was clever, manipulative. He took all the credit. Agrippa, he was a brilliant strategist. In the lead up to the Battle of Actium, Agrippa pulled a move that we saw later before the D-Day landing. He made several attacks far to Antony's south, away from the true focus of the intended battle. Antony, he fell for the feint. Suddenly, Antony had scope creep. Unable to manage the frenetic, hectoring attacks on so many fronts, he missed the main attack. Now, he and Cleopatra escaped, but whatever aspirations they had to run away and fight again another day died with them in their suicides. So count the cost. Move first. Give on scope creep, where it doesn't creep your scope. And put these into your logging and observability standards so you don't later lose ground. Thank you for joining me for a lucid view of history. If you subscribe and hit notify, Google has personally assured me that you'll be alerted when we launch new episodes. And you'll want to be alerted because next week we're talking about the decider. If you win, you nailed this. When you lose, it's because you missed it. It's the monster under the bed of every diligent technology leader who manages, transforms, or secures their enterprise.